Hello and welcome to this webinar presented by Altech Corporation. My name is Matthew and I will be your Global Spec moderator, and I want to review a few housekeeping items with you before we begin. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with the operation of the user interface for today's webinar. The windows with the heading Presentation are the primary windows for today's session. On the right side of the screen is the speaker bio window with background information on today's presenters. On the bottom left of the screen is the Q&A window. At any time during the presentation, you can enter your question into the box in the lower section of the window and click Submit. Your question will be placed in the queue to address when we get to the Q&A session. Now we're going to try to answer everybody's questions today. However, if we don't get to your question for whatever reason, you will receive an answer after the webinar is over. So please send your questions in or your comments. We would love to hear from you. At the bottom of your screen, you will see additional buttons to enhance your webinar experience. To see what a particular button does, just place your mouse pointer over it and a tooltip will appear with a description of the button's function. Now today's session will be an interview format. Both participants are coming to us from Altech Corporation. And we have our interviewer, Dave Krochta, the National Sales Manager, and our interviewee, Laszlo Gyorgypal, the Product Manager for Automation. Welcome both to today's event. And with that, I will pass things over to Dave to begin. Dave, please go ahead.
Hi, everybody, and thank you for joining us today. Power continuity products sustain crucial operations. Continuous power is essential for countless applications, so effectively guarding against outages is often vital. Continuous power is also essential for daily life, industry, infrastructure, our densely interconnected world. Interruptions ranging from minor outages to full blackouts can negatively impact operations of all kinds. So ensuring power continuity is even the toughest environments can have a big effect on overall success. We're here with Laszlo Gyorgypal, the Automation Product Manager here at Altech. About the importance of power continuity and the uninterruptible power supplies and power battery chargers, key to providing reliable backup power in critical applications extending throughout the industry, manufacturing, telecommunications, healthcare, power generation, and transportation. We're also going to discuss the key considerations for selecting power continuity solutions in Altech's portfolio of continuous power products. Hi, Laszlo. Please tell everybody about yourself.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Matt. So, as Dave mentioned, we're going to be talking about power continuity products today. My name is Laszlo Gyorgypal. I'm the product manager for this product group at Altech Corporation. I've been a product manager I've been in the industry for about 35 years now. My interest in automation industry, electrical power components dates back to my middle school pretty much. I attended a technical high school, learned about electrical circuits, installations, that created a solid foundation for knowledge in this field, and then completed a business management degree and an engineering degree in Europe. Since then, I have been involved in the design, manufacturing, testing, commercialization of many electrical and mechanical products. After spending almost 10 years in automation industry in Europe, where I had been involved with product distribution for large and mid-sized component manufacturers, I moved to the United States and eventually joined Altech. In my current role, I manage Altech's power continuity portfolio that includes uninterruptible power supplies, UPSs, industrial relays, fuses, manual pilot devices, and power supplies, and all those. I love working with customers to help them utilize the best available technology, and I enjoy working with suppliers to develop the new solutions that our customers demand. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell all of you that Laszlo is an expert in this line, and so we're in good hands during this webinar. Let me just tell you a little about Altech. Altech specializes in providing electronic components and solutions, we design and develop a wide range of products, including terminal blocks, circuit breakers, enclosures, DC UPS systems, power supply products, and other components used in the industrial automation, automotive, machinery, and telecommunications industries, among many, many more. Our products are designed to meet industry standards and are used by professionals in these fields worldwide. Laszlo, you joined us today to talk about power continuity. Can you please tell us what is power continuity and why is it so important?
Thanks, Dave. So power continuity refers to a reliable, uninterrupted supply of electrical power to devices, equipment, systems in the event of the main power source is lost. This helps to ensure that critical electrical loads receive consistent and stable power without interruption and disturbances. Shutting down equipment safely during power failures is crucial for preventing damage and data loss, minimizing downtime, and ensuring smooth recovery when power is restored. Products designed to maintain power continuity by providing backup power during outages or disturbances include UPS system, battery chargers, standby generators, power distribution units, automatic transfer switches, power inverters, energy storage devices, and many others. Those solutions maintain power continuity by providing backup power, voltage regulation, protection against power disturbances, and are available in a variety of options, ideally suited to a wide range of system requirements and budgets. Power continuity products are also often used in combination to provide complete power solutions capable of providing an interruptible electric power supply to critical equipment, electrical systems, facilities, industries, and applications with crucial continuous power demand. Those type of applications include data centers, equipments with critical IT infrastructures, telecommunication structures, telecommunication networks like cell towers, communication hubs, medical facilities, industrial manufacturing facilities, financial exchanges, transportation systems, airports, railways, traffic control centers, traffic signals, and many, many others can be mentioned.
Okay. I guess please give us a little more information on uninterruptible power supplies, otherwise known as UPS systems.
Of course, Dave. So uninterruptible power supplies, UPSs, are used to provide continuous power delivery or backup power for critical electronic devices and systems during power outages or voltage fluctuations, particularly in situations where main power is unreliable or subject for interruptions. They are widely employed in settings where continuous power supply is non-negotiable and are ideal for application including network infrastructure, data banks, transportation system, power generation and distribution equipment, public safety systems, and many other ones. UPS systems are enabled by batteries that store energy designed by quickly deployed the power connected devices when main power is not available. In most cases, the anatomy of the UPS consists of the battery, a battery charger, and an inverter. When the main power supply is available and stable, UPS continuously charge the internal battery while simultaneously supplying power for connected devices and the loads. In the event of the power outage or voltage irregularity, UPS seamlessly switch to the battery power, ensuring the uninterrupted operation of the connected equipment. There are several different types of categories of UPSs. Let's just mention a few. Line interactive UPS provide battery backup while also offering some level of voltage regulations and voltage conditioning. Online or double conversion UPSs provide continuous battery backup and voltage regulations and are the most advanced of the UPS types. Hybrid DC UPS combine features of offline line interactive and online UPS systems to provide optimal balance and performance, efficiency, and let's mention cost effectiveness as well.
Okay, but what are some of the key considerations when selecting a UPS system, the uninterruptible power supplies?
Uninterruptible power supplies are used to provide continuous power delivery or backup power flow. So we have to use several we have to look at several things when we are looking at the what type of UPS to use. So let's just start with the most important. When selecting a UPS system, you should take several key considerations. Most important will be the load capacity. You have to determine the power requirements of the equipment you plan to connect the UPS and choose a system with a load capacity capable of supporting the connected device. The other key feature will be topology. Different UPS topologies offer various levels of protection and efficiency. Select a UPS topology that best suits the need of your application in terms of reliability and performance. What else? Let's talk. We also have to mention the battery type and runtime. When you choosing a DC UPS, consider the type of battery used in the UPS and its capacity to provide backup power. Choose a UPS with sufficient battery capacity to support the required runtime of the load. Many times the management and monitoring features are critical. Evaluate the management and monitoring capabilities of the UPS, including remote management, monitoring software, building communication interfaces based on your requirement. Obviously, a lot of times, budget is a critical requirement. So when you designing a UPS or you choosing a UPS, look at the total cost of ownership, TCO. Consider the initial purchase price, installation cost, and ongoing maintenance expense when evaluating a UPS option. Calculate the TCO over an expected lifespan. Always choosing to work with a proven DC UPS supplier like Altech Corporation or one of our trusted distributors can also help to ensure that your power protection needs are met with reliable, high-quality UPS solutions tailored to your specific requirements.
All right, you mentioned that battery chargers are a critical component of the UPS systems. Can you tell us a little more about the battery chargers?
Of course, Dave. So, yes, so battery chargers are a critical components. Why is that? The battery chargers are designed to replenish the energy stored in a rechargeable battery. To convert an AC supply voltage from an external power source like the outlet into the DC voltage needed to charge the battery, and in many applications eliminate the need of replace disposable batteries and use of generators. They can also function as a power supply, particularly when designed into the UPS system. Other common applications for battery chargers include consumer and industrial electronics devices, barcode readers, and tablets. Battery chargers supply electrical energy to a rechargeable battery in a controlled manner, typically through a multi-stage process that incorporates a bulk charge, absorption charge, float charge, some even more. There are several types of battery chargers to be aware of when considering a battery charger. They all have a different design and they're made for the specific type of batteries or applications. Let's just mention a few. Like an old type of battery charger would be a linear battery charger. They are relatively simple and inexpensive, but can be less efficient compared to other type of chargers. The more modern and the most widely used would be a switch mode charger, um, also known as switching charger. The switch mode power supply or switch mode battery charger or this UPS use a high frequency switching circuit to regulate the charging voltage and current. And as I mentioned, it's the most common type of battery charger in the market. They are often used in portable electronics devices as well, power tools or electrical vehicles and everything in between. There's some newer type would be like the inductive or wireless chargers. They are being used in electromagnetic. They use electromagnetic induction to wirelessly transfer energy from a charge to the battery. They are commonly used for charging small electronic devices, phones, watches, and stuff like that. And another one would be, maybe you should mention the solar charger. The solar charger use solar panels to convert sunlight into electrical energy. And that energy is basically stored in a battery.
Are there any new industrial applications shaping the battery charging field?
There are always new things coming up. There are also several industry trends and customer demands that are shaping development, design, applications of the battery chargers. Some of them are like portable electronics and wearables. Others would be energy storage system, like the battery. Like battery chargers are very critical in energy storage system used for grid stabilization, the renewable energy integration, and we say backup power applications. It's very critical. New like IoT devices. The spread of the Internet of Things, IoT devices and sensors powered by rechargeable batteries require efficiency and low power battery charging solutions, along with the wide input voltage ranges. What else? Energy preparedness and disaster response system. Chargers are essential for this type of preparedness and disaster response efforts, providing a reliable source for power for critical communication devices, emergency lighting system, portable medical equipment, and I could mention a few others. Other segment would be, let's see, video monitoring and security monitoring system. Video monitoring systems are used in various purposes, including security surveillance, monitoring industrial facilities, traffic management. So they can help deter criminal activity, provide evidence in the event of a security breach, or enhance overall safety and security of people or anything else.
Okay. So now we have a poll here.
All right. Yeah. So to the audience, you will see a poll displayed on your screen. And obviously, this webinar is going to be interactive, and we want to hear from you. This is the first poll of 4 polls that we're going to be displaying throughout the webinar today. And if you could, simply click on your answer and click the submit button. And in a moment, we're going to display the answers and have a quick chat about our results here. Laszlo, while we're waiting for folks to enter their answer, would you like to talk a bit about the question and the answers that are currently displayed?
Yes, can you read some questions for me, Matt?
Yeah, sure. So the poll is, we're just talking about the poll and a little bit of background here. You wanted to say any remarks while we wait for folks to submit their answers?
Yeah, so the question is about the UPS systems, obviously, and we would like to know if what type of UPS system our customers or prospective customers using, if you use any AC-based UPS system, DC type UPS system, if you don't use any, why do you don't use any? If you use something else other than UPS, what you're using, why you're using that. So that's behind these questions. Obviously, Altech has solutions for many different backups, including DC UPSs, and that's our main product what we sell on the international market.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Yes, and to the audience, if there's an other response, obviously you can't type it on the screen, but you can simply type that in the Q&A box and press the submit button. We do want to hear about that. We're very interested. All right, we're just going to show this for another couple seconds here, and then we're going to move and display the answers, and we'll see what the audience is saying. All right, why don't we take a look at the answers here? Okay. That's interesting. We have about 33% AC, 22 DC. We have 55 no, and no others. Interesting results. Did you want to talk a bit about this at all, Laszlo?
Yeah, I'm just wondering about the audience who are responding on this. What I'm glad to see is like 1/3 of our audience using AC UPS system. About 1/4 of the audience using DC UPS system, and about half of the audience doesn't use UPS system.
Well, perhaps after this webinar is complete, they will be using a UPS system.
Hopefully you're right, Matt.
All right.
And, yeah, and if you have any questions, obviously you can contact us, and we are more than happy to answer any questions.
Excellent. All right, back to Dave. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Are there any key characteristics that customers should look for when they're evaluating battery chargers? I know there's a bunch of different types of batteries that are out in the industry that we run into, Laszlo. There's different environments that we have to worry about, but what are the key characteristics that customers should be looking out for?
It's a good question, Dave. So effective battery chargers possess physical and electrical characteristics that ensure safe, efficient, and reliable charging. Some of the key characteristics would include, before I answer that, it really depends on what is the customer requirement. A lot of people, for example, look for a compact, portable, and durable construction. This construction designed to provide space savings in high-density consumer and industrial electronics and applications, and capable of withstanding the hazards common in various operating environments. The other key thing would be user-friendly interfaces with displays, buttons, indicators that provide easy-to-read information about the charging process. Other things would be integrated safety features designed to protect against overcharging, short circuits, reverse polarity, temperature monitoring, and many other risks. And obviously, the most important is the compatibility with the battery. And as Dave mentioned, there is a very wide range of battery types, the sizes, charging voltages, current levels, chemistries. Like when we're talking about chemistry, there is the mostly used battery, the lead acid battery. It coming in many different versions, like seal lead acid, AGM, and a few other ones. Open lead acid, obviously the most common. But there is a nickel metal hydride batteries, lithium ion batteries, and there are some other chemistries as well. And obviously, Altech offers solutions for all of these products, all of this battery charging.
Okay. I know for a fact that whenever I'm out in the field, it makes it a lot easier for us because we can handle every type of battery out there. That's one of the first questions I'm asked, and it's good to know that we can handle them all. What else is unique about Altech's power continuity products?
Altech is globally known and respected for the high-performance UPS system. Power and automation solutions, UPS products provide several advantages over competing UPS products. So some of these include integrated solutions. Altech UPS products seamlessly integrate with other power and automation components to provide users with a comprehensive solution for their power protection needs. We have to measure the quality and reliability. Our UPS products are designed and manufactured to meet stringent quality standards and deliver robust performance and durability in especially demanding environments. A lot of times, customization, it's critical. Engineering support, it's very important for these applications. We provide customization services and engineering supports to tailor the UPS solutions to customer-specific applications and requirements. What else? Let's mention technical expertise. Altech team possesses proven expertise in deep technical knowledge of UPS technology and applications, and often valuable guidance and assistance for customers selecting, installing, or maintaining UPS system to ensure optimal performance and reliability. I mentioned it a few times before, but a cost-effective solution. That's all. A lot of times people ask me, okay, but how cost-effective is our solution is? And our portfolio of UPS products provide value without compromising on quality or performance. Once people see how well they work, they always come back for more and give us opportunity to many new projects.
Well, you should have spent more time on technical expertise, because I'll tell everybody, I'm rarely meet anybody out in the field that knows more about the DC UPS systems and UPS systems as a whole more than Laszlo. So if you guys have any kind of questions at all in the future, I mean, Altech's the place to call, and we make ourselves readily available to you. Now, I know, Laszlo, the CBI series is real popular for us. So can you tell us more about Altech CBI series?
You are right, Dave. The Altech CBI series, DC UPS products are very popular, and it's a very fast-growing market. More and more type of applications coming up and using this type of units. So the CBI series DCPS products are an all-in-one device that include a power supply, a battery charger, battery management system, includes a backup module, as well as integrated smart battery management firmware is designed to optimize the available power by automatically allocating to both the load. The load is always the priority, and the battery. This automatic multi-stage operation optimizes and adapts to the battery status to provide a continuous power supply to the load and prevent the load output from being affected by battery conditions. Let's mention a couple of advantages of the Altech CBI DC UPS solutions. The CBI series features a range of input voltages 110, 230, 277, output voltages of 12, 24, and 48 volt DC, and also current rating between 3 amp up to 35 amp. And as well as a variety of advantages, battery capabilities. So some of these capabilities include user-selectable charging curves that facilitates compatibility with virtually all battery types, including lead-acid, sealed lead-acid, gel, nickel, cadmium, lithium-ion batteries. Automatic multi-stage charging operations with real-time diagnostic. This enables the fast recharge and recovery of a deeply discharged battery, which adds real value and reliability to a DC UPS system. These units have an adjustable maximum battery charging current Basically, you can adjust the charging current between 10% and 100%. Our DC UPS backup system has a battery start function. This function allows users to restart the system with main AC power when the main AC power is off. Some additional features include compatibility with various communication protocols such as Ethernet, SNMP, Modbus, TCP/IP, HTTPS, LED indicators, relay contacts. The relay contacts clearly communicate system status and support troubleshooting process. We have DIN-rail and wall mount installation options. All these units are UL recognized, CE mark, RoHS, REACH compliant, and all that. So it's ready for any challenge.
I know that we excel in battery care, battery chargers. There's all different types, but I know that ours can handle all batteries out there. But can you tell us about Altech's CB series battery chargers?
Yeah, so the CB series battery chargers are very similar to the CBI DC UPS system, but it's made specifically to charge a battery. The CB series battery chargers incorporate an array of advanced features, including multi-chemistry charging capabilities that support different types of batteries, broad application suitability, integration support for remote monitoring and control system that allows users to modify charging parameters from anywhere with an internet connection, high efficiency charging algorithms, power conversion techniques engineered to minimize energy waste and reduce operating costs. The CB series battery chargers are also available with 12 and 24 volt outputs. Input it's rated 110, 220, 277 universal input. All is equipped with built-in protection mechanisms that reliably prevents overcharging, over-discharging, short circuits, and other potential issues that can damage batteries or host systems. Additional features include modular, scalable design, makes it easy for users to accommodate charging in power system infrastructure, requirements with relevant industry safety, reliability, and performance standards. I should mention our CB and CBI products basically has a input voltage that is very unique. It's 110, 220, and 277, which is basically 277 is a single phase input for a 460. So the units can operate anywhere in the world without any changes.
Okay. Well, this is one of my favorite questions because I deal with this all the time when I'm talking to people out there, telling people about applications and things that I've seen out there that the battery chargers, the DC UPS have solved all the kind of issues. But tell us, what are your success stories you'd like to share with the Altech CBI series and the uninterruptible power supplies, UPSs, or the CB series battery chargers? What stories have you heard? What applications have you solved? Problems have you solved for people when they call in?
Thanks, Dave. So basically, our products used for many industrial applications all over the world. There's countless instances and successful installations, and they also used in many critical operations. So those product lines have been around for over 20 years and are implemented in a variety of industries and applications, including power continuity systems, industrial machinery constructions, equipment, alternative and renewable energy installations, fire protection system, auxiliary power supplies, elevators, hospitals, transportation system, water treatment plants, telecommunication and wireless internet service providers use them, Remote terminal units, RTUs, use these units constantly. IoT networks, environmental monitoring system, building automation system. Our products help power the infrastructure that each of us depends on either directly or indirectly every day. Many times our system used, for example, in hospitals. I just mentioned maybe one or two applications where we have been successful. A large hospital, usually hospitals has backup power that has a generator. If power goes out, the generator takes over and everything works fine. The only thing is, if the generator doesn't start up, then communication stops. So we had a scenario where a hospital, portion of a hospital basically was left without power and nobody knew about it because everybody was expecting the generator will take over and everything will continue. Fortunately, there was no way to notify anybody. Then it's going to be a long power outages, and people were made to wait until they find out the generator has a issue and is not going to start. So they asked us how we can help. So we basically offered our system. So what it did basically did not give additional backup for the hospital, but it kept all the communication devices running while the generator was down and notified everybody in the floor and where it needed that there is the system is down, it's not going to start, so everybody should prepare to close out what they're doing, so nothing gets all the critical operations will be should be shut down because the generator is not working. So a few months later, they had a similar situation. The generator didn't start it, and this time, the operating room, somebody was on the table to be operated when the doctor was basically trying to start the operation, and then suddenly a big note came up on the screen: generator did not start, and then the operating room basically said, "Oops, operation should not start either because there is no power available." So luckily, in this time, the generator was fixed in half an hour. Everything went on, but without knowing there is the power outages or the issue with the generator, it could have been really serious problem. So this is just one of the many examples. We had situations with colleges where they installed the blue light system and they forgot to add a backup, a long-term backup. There was a long-term power outages in the campus for several days, and the whole safety system for the blue light communication was down. So luckily nothing happened, but they realized that they have to update their backup system for those systems. So we basically provided our large this UPS system, and they were able to put a backup system that lasts for many days. And the way we did this, even if the battery goes down after 24 hours, they can bring in fresh batteries, replace the battery, because we offer a startup from our UPS system. It was very easy. Whenever the battery was replaced, they just had to push a button, and there was no issues whatsoever. They brought in a fresh battery, and the system was back up and running in no time. And they could do this for several days until the power came back and the system went back on. So there is many other applications like this. So.
Yeah, I have a lot myself, but manufacturing, if you're manufacturing anything and your machinery is going and you lose power for a half a second, all your PLCs shut down and then manufacturing stops. But if it's only for a brief second, the UPS will handle that, and your PLCs don't go down. And so manufacturing continues. Instead of everything stopping, PLCs going down, then having to reconfigure the whole piece of machinery. It might be extruding something. Now you have to clean out all of the material. So it's some of the other ones I've seen. It's the DC UPS systems now are very crucial to manufacturing. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. You go ahead, Laszlo.
Another one comes in mind, Dave, is like we were working on this together when this large warehouse, they had forklifts and everything was running on a computer system. And after lunch, all the forklifts were, so basically the orders were pushed to the forklift communication to people to get on the forklift, pull out things from the warehouse and whatever, do the warehouse task, what they were assigned. The problem was every time after lunchtime, the forklift communication stopped with the network. And for a while, they didn't understand what's going on. So it turns out the whole, computer that was mounted on the forklift was running on the forklift 12-volt system. And whenever they started the forklift, it created a surge, and then the computer restarted. So it took them a while until they realized that, oops, there's a huge problem, because every time after lunch, there is a 20 minutes restart of the computer system. And this plant used close to 100 forklifts, and then at least 20 or 30 every day had this issue. So we used one of our small backup system there and resolved the problem. And this was probably 15 years ago, if not more. And since then, this is designed in, and every time they get new forklifts, they buy our system, they add it on the list what they have to add when they buy new forklifts, and then they use our system for a backup there. And,
yeah. Well, there's a lot of applications if we had time. I like talking about the bicycle racks in the cities. When they lose power, they lose communication with all the bikes. There go the bikes. So you could ride them out of town for a little while, and then when they really need them, they won't be able to find them. But if the power is continuous and it's backed up the whole time, they can lose power, and their communication system stays up with the credit cards and everything. That's just another one. Okay, so here we are. Is there anything else you'd like everybody to know about Altech or its power continuity solutions?
Yes, of course. So recently we launched our newest addition to Altech DC UPS line, the CBI 16 series, and we are working on a CBI 600 series as well, which is designed for building automation application, supports Ethernet, SNP, Modbus, TCP/IP, HTTPS communication protocols, and a variety of different charging profiles. This including lead-acid, absorbed glass-mat AGM, gel battery, NiCad, lithium-ion, and all that. It's a really small unit. And these units can be connected to gateways and switches to provide users with easy access to battery status, DCI functions, and other applications data. The new CBI 60 watt DC UPS are currently available in class 2 production models. They're available with 12 volt, 5 amp, or 24 volt, 2.5 amp. They feature a single phase AC input. Again, this is rated for between 90 volt and 305 volt AC. So it can be used anywhere in the world. Once the design is done, it can be implemented anywhere. This new switching technology equipped with microcontrollers to optimize the loading and unloading times of the battery without the deep discharge. They also switch from the battery to the charger without any interruption, enabling automatic protection against reverse polarity, short circuits, overload, over voltage, without a fuse. In addition, we are planning to launch a larger 600 watt unit system with the same communication protocols, capabilities, similar features, and 25 amp, 24 volt, 12 and 48 volt ratings this year. So we are working in some newer additions as well. Is any more questions there?
All right, let me see here, Laszlo. Let me go to, I think we have a poll question.
Oh, okay.
And we have another poll. So to the audience, this is our second poll. Again, you simply click on your answer and press the submit button. The question is, when selecting a UPS, what is the most important requirement for you? So I'm looking for the most important. And if you could, you can simply click on your answer and click on the submit button. And in a moment, we will display the answers and have a brief chat about that. So what is the most important requirement for you? Load capacity, runtime, monitoring capabilities, budget. It's a big one. Or if there's something else, you can simply type it in the Q&A box, and we will discuss that as well.
Yeah, it's funny, Matt, because a lot of times I get questions is what's the most important DC UPS? And then I always say the most important is the customer, what the customer needs. And once we know what the customer needs, we can tailor our system to meet with the customer requirements.
Yeah, it's funny as you said that, because as I read through these answers, I think, well, they're all very important. So it is. What's the goal is the idea.
Yeah, so for some people, the budget is critical. Then we tailor a system to their budget. Other people looking for monitoring, mode bus or CAN bus or all that, we can do that as well. Some people simply looking for the capacities, the load capacity or the runtime or whatever is the critical aspect of the system is.
All right, let's take a look at the results here, see what we have, see what the audience is saying. Okay, looks like low capacity is in the lead here. Kind of even, runtime, monitoring. Budget on the back end. I'm thinking a lot of these folks watching are engineers and maybe not working for the finance department within their company, but hopefully they're advising, so that makes sense.
It's possible, but actually this confirms what we always thought, the load capacity is the most critical thing, and that's why we designed our product with the requirement of the load. It's always the first priority. So any design, any unit is designed with that mentality. So it doesn't matter that the battery has to be charged, but the load has to be served first, and then the second is the battery. So
yeah,
Laszlo, the remote monitoring capabilities, do you run into that a lot?
Yes, it's becoming more and more important in the last couple of years. Certain market segments wouldn't even consider a DC UPS without monitoring. And it's not only monitoring. Monitoring, sometimes it's just a simple, yes, the battery is okay or is getting low, or monitoring is okay, do we have incoming power or we don't have incoming power. But now the monitoring capabilities is expanded basically to remote monitoring or communicating through your network. Sometimes people want to monitor their UPS system in their cell phone. Sometimes the monitoring is in a different part of the country where they monitor these systems, or they have central monitoring stations where basically they monitor the battery thing, and they, if the battery is getting weak, they tell the maintenance company to go out and replace the battery, or obviously, if there's a long downtime, they make a decision to replace the battery and restart the system remotely. And we offer all these kind of solutions to these challenges.
Excellent.
Okay.
I just want to hop in here real quick to the audience. We have about 10 minutes or so more to go. We may not be able to answer any audience questions. However, we do want to hear from you. So we have a Q&A box on the screen. You can type any question you have in there, hit the submit button. We're going to receive them all. The Altech team, Laszlo, is going to review them, and you will have answers provided to you after the webinar is over. So if you have a question, if you have a comment, you want to know a little more about a certain thing about the corporation, send that into the Q&A box right now. And I also want to mention, if you haven't already noticed on your screen, we have a whole list of resources that you can access now. to keep that conversation going, get you a little closer to the Altech team. And again, if you have any questions, send them in now or reach out to us at any time. We have another poll here real quick. We're going to hop in here. Again, you're going to click on your answer and hit the submit button. What we're interested here is what is the input voltage of your UPS? So if you have a UPS, what is your voltage? If you can, click on your answer, click on the submit button, and we're going to take a look at this in a moment. We are going to speed this one up a bit here, so if you could, go ahead and answer quickly and click on that submit button. All right. So any background here, guys? I see a lot of choices.
Yeah, what do you usually run into, Laszlo? What's the most popular, or which ones do you usually run into?
Dave, you probably know this to some degree. Probably 40–50% of our DC UPS sale is because we have a universal input. And the universal, I mean truly universal, when people don't have to switch between 110 or 230 or 277. They can use it in any application. So that's basically very critical for many customers. Obviously, there's always the local guys who knows they have 110 or they have 230, and they're just looking for that. For those guys, it's more critical, the output voltage or sometimes temperature ratings or things like that. We have a huge number of customers in a video monitoring things. We have many of our customers build system for the national parks or seaports or car dealerships or malls or things like that. So for those guys, having a 277 volt AC input is critical because many of the infrastructure are old. And the old infrastructure was built with 277 volt available on the pole. So the parking lot basically has power during that night and it's 277 volt. During the day, they don't have power available. So what they do, they use our system, they tap into the 277 volt and they charge the battery at night and they monitor the system during the day. Some of our customers obviously combined our system with a solar charger. We have many customers using a DC fuse, basically to protect the system, which is critical. And we have DC fuses basically that automatically can be set automatically or can be reset manually. The amperage can be changed. It can be set as a fast blow or slow blow and all that. And they communicate easily with our DC UPS system. So that's a very important feature for our customers.
All right, let's take a look at the answers here. 110, winning the race.
It's very interesting. Nobody said 277, and then a large portion of our market is 277. So probably we don't have anybody from the video monitoring.
Possible. We could have a shy audience as well. We had a number of folks not answer. So, yeah, well, interesting to see.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's very interesting. But I mean, that's what it is. 110. Most people use 110, and the second one is 230. It's more industrial. So that's kind of like what we expected.
All right.
Well, as I mentioned before, the monitoring, and you went into that a little, but this is what this slide's about here. So I guess the question is why monitoring is so important for the power systems, and you went into that.
Yeah. So basically, this is just shows that we have a product that is network ready, can be connected to Modbus, many different type of Modbus, including TCP, IP, SNMP, CAN bus, and all that. So basically how this works, the unit, our DC UPS has a small web server built in. So you basically need a network connection, or you need a computer to plug in. Once you did that, you have a network address. You type in the network address, and you can monitor. You can set characteristics and all that. There is different levels what you allowed to do, but this can be done locally, or it can be done remotely. Yeah, there's another picture here that shows the whole bus network. Different components, what goes in. Also, we say battery. We have the battery boxes available. We have temperature sensors available to adjust the charging when the temperature is too high or the temperature is too low. We have like a graphic display that can be connected to the Ethernet as well. We do not sell inverters, but our units can communicate with inverters. They have Modbus available. As I mentioned, our unit is a Modbus server as well. It can be reconfigured as a slave if somebody has a Modbus available already and needs to change it. They can change the settings to make it a Modbus slave and everything else. And then there's some applications mentioned here as well for.
Okay. Battery chemistry. You mentioned that the Altech UPS can support multiple battery chemistries. Can you explain that? Obviously, I have a slide there for you.
Of course. So usually when people buying battery chargers or DC UPS, the first question is what type of battery you have. And then people buy a charger or DC UPS made for this type of battery chemistry. For us, we did it differently. We have designed our DC UPS and chargers to work with all the kind of batteries. So how you change that is there is a small jumper settings basically, and then you move the jumper from one location to another location, and then the system can work with a different chemistry. So if you don't use any jumpers, it's the system is designed to work with open lead acid batteries. Jumper one basically is AGM, or there's a bunch of different names for AGM batteries, like the seed lead acid battery or SLA battery and things like that. There's a gel battery, Nike lithium ion. So lately we get lots of requests for lithium ion because there is lots of new lithium ion batteries out on the market. And you can buy a really inexpensive charger for it, but those chargers don't have any monitoring or any communication built in. And when we are talking about DC UPS systems, that's very critical. So because our units provide that capability, lots of people buy our large 24 or 48 volt lithium chargers, and they set it up with lithium ion batteries. Because the price on the lithium ion battery, it's dropping now, it's coming down a little bit. So it's more, people can afford it. And again, if somebody's bought a system and built a system with a lead acid battery, and 3 years or 5 years from now wants to replace the system or update the system, they just have to change the jumper, and they can put it in a lithium ion battery, or open lead acid. They want to go to a gel battery because for some reason they think that's better. That's also possible. You just change the jumper, restart the system, and everything is up and running. In 30 seconds, you are done.
Okay. Another question.
We have our last poll here to the audience. We're just about at the 60-minute mark, but if you could hang on for a few more minutes, we're almost towards the end, and I think you will appreciate that. But this is our last poll for today. If you could provide your answer, you can simply click on your answer and click the submit button. We're going to wait a moment here for the answers to come in. Then we're going to take a look at what you guys are saying. The question is, if you use DC UPS, what is the rated power that you need? Any guesses on what we expect to see here, Laszlo?
It's interesting because I think the 10 amp is the most common, but I'm really looking forward to see what people gonna say. That's the units what we sell the most. Obviously, we have applications for 35 amp on different fields, and we have lots of application for a 5 amp. Probably the 5 amp is the highest seller.
All right, we're going to give it one more moment. Audience members, if you want to submit your answer, please go ahead and do that now. Simply click on it and click the submit button. All right, let's take a look at what the folks are saying. Oh, 28. Okay.
Wow, 20 amp is the winner, so that's great.
Excellent. All right, let's keep it moving here. Back to Dave.
Yeah, we discussed the input-output voltages, 115, 230, 277, output 12, 24, 48 volts. So we discussed that already. So.
Okay. All right. So I'm not sure if this is it, but real quick, and I like this question because it kind of puts us apart from everybody else. But what's unique about our UPS systems compared to some of the other ones that are in the industry? And I know some of those answers. I want you to get into that real quick. Well, what sets us apart from those guys?
Great question, Dave. All in one. So everything is built into one single unit. The only thing is you have to add a battery. Why battery is not included into our units? Because every customer has a different need. So basically, our DC UPS tailored to work with any type of battery, any size of battery, and now the customer can decide what size of battery they need. Some people need 30 seconds backup, some people need 30 hours backup, some people need multi-day backup. So based on that, they can pick one of our units that fits with their backup needs, and they just add a battery, and our system does everything else. Some people need just a simple system with a couple of monitoring, like input voltage available, not available, or system working or not. Other people need more sophisticated things, like monitoring through a network or visual backup, so to say, when you can see an LED. We offer all this. It's built into our units. Everything is there. Our product is very competitive. We have really small units. We have obviously large units when we are talking 20 amp, 35 amp, even 40 amp. The units become a little bit larger, but they are very effective. Besides this, we have many other solutions. We can build a solution for a battery up to 600 amp hour if it's necessary. Like I just, one thing came in mind, like a jail came to us and say, hey, we have a problem. The battery goes out and the doors cannot be locked in the jail when the power is out. So we had to build a system where with a huge batteries, I think they were like 450 amp hour battery, and we had to connect a couple of chargers for this UPS in parallel to make sure it can handle all that big power. But there is a solution for that as well. So that's what's unique.
I could see how that would be a problem.
I know. Sometimes, yeah, I know, and that's real. That's a real application. We managed to come up with a solution, and they were really happy. By the way, at the end they went with a lithium-ion battery pack because that was a less heavy for them to put it in. So. The whole design was done for like a sealed acid battery. At the end, they changed, and the only thing they needed to do, we had to change the jumper, and everything was done. So that was the design change requirement. So that's great. So, okay, thanks everybody for tuning in today and listening to us. Any questions, you can find
Excellent.
us. And I'm assuming, Matt, you're going to send all the questions over and I can answer it later.
Absolutely, yeah. And I just want to say thank you, Dave. Thank you, Laszlo. Thank you to the whole Altech team that helped supported this presentation today. There's a lot of folks working in the background that you didn't see, so I definitely want to thank them as well. Before we sign off today, I just want to mention again, on your screen, we have a resource list, a number of great pieces of content in there. We also have a list of the Altech Corporation upcoming trade shows. So you want to come out, say hi, shake some hands, talk shop. You know, we definitely encourage you to check that out if you're in the area and any of those shows coming up. We really hope, you know, you come up to the booth, you say hi, tell us your problem, we'll figure it out, and we'll help you get on your way there. To the entire audience, this entire webinar will be available as a replay, so you can come back and watch it again. You can share it with your team. You will be receiving an email from us with a link to view that. And also, if you could, when the webinar ends, there's going to be a brief survey shown on the screen. If you could provide those answers, we'd really appreciate it. So again, big thanks to everybody at Altech. Big thanks to the audience. We're going to close this down now. So everyone have a great day and take care. All right, bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.